There are stories that test the edge of your courage, stories where the price of curiosity might just be your life. Reporting in conflict zones is never without risk. But meeting a group like Al-Shabaab, that's a different kind of danger altogether. There is no roadmap, no protection, and no guarantee you leave as a package. But some stories demand to be told, even if the road to them is paved with risk. Welcome to my journalism toolkit. I'm Jamal Osman. Each week, I revisit a story that I have covered to share how it was made and what it meant. It was November 2013, 2 months after the Westgate shopping mall attack in Nairobi. 4 days of horror, shoppers gunned down, 67 people were killed. We all knew who was behind it, Al-Shabaab. So I went to Somalia to speak with them. I traveled deep into the Somali bush to a secret location, and that's where I met Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda's East African affiliate, trained, armed, disciplined. They invited me to a graduation ceremony, the Al-Shabaab class of 2013. 300 new recruits standing in formation with Kalashnikovs and machine guns. They had just completed 6 months of military training, the very same training, I was told, that prepared the Westgate attackers. It wasn't just a show of strength, it was a message. They granted me exclusive access to film it all. The man front and center was Sheikh Ali Dere, Al-Shabaab spokesman and the group's public face. He was composed, articulate, and chilling. These weren't just Somali fighters. Young Muslims had come from across the world. During my stay, I saw 2 fully armed brigades. They weren't hiding, they were preparing. Their goal? To crush the Western-backed Somali government in Mogadishu. A government prepped up by African Union forces, including troops from Kenya. To Al-Shabaab, Westgate wasn't just an attack, it was proof of strength, a PR triumph. And they used that attack to inspire the next generation. I sat down with Sheikh Ali Dere and I asked him plainly,
dad masaakiin oo meesha ka adeeganaya nolol maalmeedkooda raadinayay bay ahaayeen maad militariga raadstaan intaad shacabka weeraraysaan
Kenya idan lagu duusay intaas ay dhacda ka hadalnay war naga leexda war radaayo dhulkeena noo dhaafo dadkeena noo dhaafo war dagaalka naga daayo yani waa u dignay oo u sheegnay waxa weeye marka diiday intii hore marka fariintii ina marka aan gudbino iyadoo dhig la socdo.
No apology, no regret, just conviction. To Al-Shabaab, there were no innocent bystanders, only enemies and allies. It was a window into their black and white worldview. These new graduates had options. Some would become regular fighters, others bomb makers. A few would be recruited into Amniyat, Al-Shabaab's feared intelligence wing. But the most coveted position, the suicide brigade. And yes, there was a waiting list. Only the most committed were accepted. Western analysts were calling Al-Shabaab a spent force, weakened on the back foot. They had lost 4 major cities. But what I saw, what I witnessed, was a group far from broken. They were reorganizing, regrouping, reborn. I traveled to Bulab, a key crossing point on the Shabelle River. It was an Al-Shabaab stronghold, and interestingly, there was peace there. The kind enforced by men with guns and a strict interpretation of Sharia law. Women went to school, they ran businesses. Locals told me they didn't support the violence, but they appreciated the order, the predictability, the security. I met a local elder, Mohammed Bedel, and asked him, do you fear them?
aad iyo aad u fiican tahay waqti kaste waa wadan ammaan waaye.
I followed the Hisbat, Al-Shabaab's police on their rounds. They wouldn't let me film their faces. First stop, a restaurant. They ordered the owner to clear the rubbish outside. Next, the hospital. They inspected the pharmacy for expired drugs. Checked the cleanliness of the wards. Then a small supermarket, checking food expiry dates. At first glance, it felt almost bureaucratic. But then, the call to prayer echoed across the town. Everything stopped. Shops shut, cars pulled over. Everyone, butcher, baker, pharmacist, marched toward the mosque, whether they liked it or not. Sheikh Ali Lere reappeared, this time in civilian clothes, blending into the crowd. He addressed them again, but this time, his sermon reached beyond Somalia.
عند الربا قال إيه لحساب تنتو إذن كواي عند الربا إن عادوا كدفع أذن كواي.
This wasn't just reporting, this was witnessing. It's 12 years since I stood in that Somali bush. And the question is, has the situation in Somalia changed? If you want to hear more stories like this, join me on Substack, my journalism toolkit. Thanks for watching. See you next time.